Well, hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself in this great, big, wide, wonderful world. It's your girl, and I am back. Listen, I made a decision. I decided to call Fridays Financial Freedom Fridays. Now, we're going to break it down to the lowest common denominator. I would love to have everybody be able to enjoy and understand what we mean when we say financial freedom. So we're going to go start from the beginning. I am super duper excited and we're going to start right now. Okay? What is financial freedom? Now, financial freedom is a state of having sufficient personal wealth to live comfortably without having to worry about money. It means having the freedom to make choices about how you spend and invest your money without being restricted by your current income or debt obligations. It also means having the freedom to take risks and make mistakes without having to worry about the financial repercussions. Financial freedom requires financial literacy, responsibility, and discipline to manage your finances and investments in order to build and maintain your wealth. Now, what are some of the ways we can achieve financial freedom? Well, we can achieve financial freedom uh, by setting attainable goals that take commitment, discipline, and determination. Now, here's some strategies that you can use here. Make a budget and stick to it. Now, that budget, that word right there, budget, you're going to hear that a lot in this broadcast. And it's okay. I don't want people to be afraid of that word budget. Okay. Don't be afraid of that word budget. It can sometimes give a connotation of you taking something away from me. That means I can't get whatever it is that I want. Nah, boo. That's not what it means. Okay, I'm going to push forward. Knowing your income and expenses is the first step to financial freedom. Track your spending and create a budget that fits your lifestyle. Number two, pay off debt. Start by paying off any high interest debt first. Then focus on paying off any remaining debt as quickly as possible. Make sense so far? Number three, start saving. Open a savings account and set aside a certain amount each month. Make sure to keep an emergency fund also in case of unexpected costs. Invest wisely. Research different investment options like stocks, mutual funds, real estate, and find something that works for you. Live simply. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to do that in these days. They want to live high off the hog and very extravagantly. Unfortunately, there is I want to say a stereotype that the more you look like you have, the higher social standing you have. That is a big lie. Yeah, I said lie, 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 lie. That's a lie. I'm telling you. And one of the main culprits is social media. Social media will make you think that everybody that's on it is living high off the hog and just living this fabulous, glamorous life. And sometimes nothing can be further from the truth. But we're going to get into social media at another um, broadcast. In fact, I want to do a master class on social media 101 for these days and times because a lot of people are not using it right and they get caught out there. All right, I'm going to continue on. Again, start saving, open a savings account, and set aside a certain amount each month. Make sure that you keep an emergency fund in case of unexpected costs. Now, here, invest wisely. I'm just repeating this. Research different investment opportunities and options like stocks, mutual funds, and real estate and find something that works for you. Now I'm going back to this again. I'm just repeating it. Number five, live simply. This doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice your lifestyle. Instead, find ways to reduce unnecessary costs and enjoy the simple things in life. At the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. Now, by following these steps, you will be well on your way to achieving financial freedom. One thing people always want to know is, how do you create a budget? I mean, realistically, how do you realistically create a budget? And why? People want to know why. Because people feel as though, and I was of the same mindset, so I'm not pointing the finger. Because when you point the finger at one, remember you got like one, two, three other fingers pointing right back at you. Seriously, that's what it is. So that was my mindset. I don't want nobody to tell me how to spend, what I can spend. It's my money. I work so hard for this money. I need to do something to make me feel good. Hmm. Okay. Keep that mentality up, and you'll wind up turning around within a year's time and not really having any savings. Because here's the deal, here's the real truth of the matter: it's not what you make, it is what you get to keep. I'm going to say that one more time. It's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. And we have to be creative in learning how to keep um, money, creating budgets. Okay. So here's some examples and steps to get started. Start by determining your monthly income. This includes your salary, any side hustles, or any source of income. Set aside money for savings. Decide on a set amount that you can save each month and then put it into an account that's separate from your regular checking account. Estimate your monthly expenses. This includes rent, utilities, food, entertainment, and other bills. Make sure to include any unexpected expenses that may arise. Now, wait a minute. I want to go back really quick to um, the regular checking account. There needs to be, now, this is just my opinion. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm not a financial guru, although I have learned some things. You keep your regular checking account for your direct deposits because your money needs to have a place to go to. Okay. But I would suggest, and you can figure out if this works for you. Again, this is just, a suggestion. Set aside a different bank account for bills, things that you know you have to spend on a monthly or a weekly basis. So that way you have a place to put all of your bill money. That's what makes sense. I do that. Okay. Now, let's go back and continue. Calculate how much you can spend. Subtract your expenses from your income to get an idea of how much you can spend each month. Monitor your spending. There's a lot of apps out there that make it easy. I know people say, I'm going to keep it straight in my notebook. Okay, go ahead, do that. That's fine. That is absolutely your choice. But know that there are some free apps out there that can assist you with doing that. And everybody carries a phone. Everybody carries a iPad or um, some kind of a pad. Everybody carries something that they can just quickly open up and download and use as far as apps go. Okay. So you're going to monitor your spending. Keep track of your budget by using an app. I just mentioned it, or a spreadsheet to record your spending and income. This will help you stay on top of your finances and make sure that you are sticking to your budget. Is it easy? No, not in the beginning, because you got to get over that mindset of, oh gosh, I got to make a budget. I got to make a budget. Get over that mindset, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to have a nice little cushion for the year, or perhaps it's something that you want to save for, a vacation that you've never been on. And when I say I'm getting ahead of myself, we're going to talk about vacations and why they are important for you to go on. We're going to talk about that on another show. So, again, you're going to monitor your spending and creating a budget can be a great way to manage your finances and make the most out of your money. Now, how much should one put aside for savings per year? Now, when it comes to saving, it's important that you set a goal. Here we go. Setting goals. You can also set a goal for your financial future, for your finances that works for you and your individual situation. Generally speaking, it's recommended that you save 10 to 15% of your annual income. That said, your savings goals should be based upon your individual needs. Consider your financial goals, setting financial goals. I think that's going to be next Friday's topic, setting financial goals. So, y'all remember that, such as saving for retirement or a down payment for a home, and factor in any emergency funds that you may need. It's also important to take into consideration any existing debt that you may have. Once you have a good idea of how much you need to put aside for your savings goals, you can create a budget that works for you. How can one find ways to reduce unnecessary costs? Ooh, child. That right there, I had to work on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Coach Mary had to work on that, and I'm still working on it. It's nothing that you can just automatically get to the end of. And okay, I've done it. I'm good. This is every day, every day, every day. You have to look at reducing unnecessary costs. Again, the best way to do that is to create and stick to a budget. Before making any purchase, it is important to ask yourself if this is necessary and if this fits in your budget. Another way to reduce costs is to shop around for the best deals. Compare prices at different stores and websites to get the best value. We all love great value, and that is one of the ways you can kind of reduce unnecessary costs. Additionally, try to look out for discounts and coupons. Finally, try to practice mindful consumption and only buy what you need. Now, I know some of you are asking, what in the world, coach, is mindful consumption? Mindful consumption is a practice that encourages people to become more aware of their purchasing decisions and to appreciate the true value of the things they already own. It's about taking time to consider the impact of our choices on ourselves, others, and the environment. It can involve choosing quality over quantity, buying items that are ethically sourced and produced, and avoiding overconsumption of resources. It is also about learning to appreciate and use what you have, again, avoiding unnecessary purchases and embracing minimalism. Now, minimalism may mean certain things for certain people, but we're going to have a nice little chat about embracing minimalism really soon. Ultimately, it's about being more conscious of your buying choices or your spending choices and finding ways to reduce our negative impact in the world. Talking about unnecessary purchases, what is it? I know I had the frame of mind as everything I purchase is necessary. What you mean, unnecessary purchases? Well, I'm here to tell you. Unnecessary purchases are purchases that you don't need and don't add value to your life and your finances. Examples of unnecessary purchases may include an extravagant item that is too expensive for your budget, and you know it. Buying all that Louis Gucci Prada, whatever the heck it is, Louis Gucci Prada. Okay, Louis Gucci Prada, Louis Gucci Prada. Y'all ain't got to go buy none of those name brands every week, every time you get paid, baby. No, that until you get to that status, financial status, that most people are trying to get to, like millionaire status or multimillionaire status. You don't need to buy Louis, Gucci, Prada every time you get paid. Now, talking about budgeting and putting money aside, if you like Louis, Gucci, Prada, or whatever, Chanel, which I love Chanel, um, if you have a desire to have something like that, create an account that's just for that. Treat yourself, plan it for your birthday or plan it for um, the holiday season next year, and let that be your gift to yourself. Does that kind of like make sense? Okay, so we don't want to have an extravagant item that is too expensive for our budget, or buying multiples of the same type when you really need only one, or purchasing something that you don't already or really use or need. We're going to talk about uh, need versus wants a little bit later on. Now, examples of unnecessary purchases. Unnecessary purchases can vary depending upon the individual needs and preferences, but some common examples include clothing, jewelry, and other accessories that you don't need. Now, I have nothing against going shopping. I love to shop, but you have to be smart about your shopping decisions when it comes to clothes and jewelry and other accessories. You have to be smart. I'm not going to say just totally cut that out, but instead do this. Look at the choices and where you go shopping. And I might have to do a video haul for outfits for the summer and fall. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because I believe if you're gonna talk about it, I'm gonna show it in action. Because I would never ask anybody to do something that I'm not doing for myself. Okay. And here is something I was so guilty of, baby, buying expensive electronics and eating out excessively. Now, I was bad at that because I love electronics, I love technology. So, what I did was say, okay, I want to get this as my next piece of technology. And I would stick to that and save what I need to save. But nine times out of 10, if my husband knows that I want a piece of um, electronics or anything like that, he normally buys it for me. And that's for real because he knows I have a passion for electronics, a passion for technology, and he will buy it for me. But just in case you don't have anybody that will buy that for you, again, put aside some money so you can get the things that you want. Okay, and then check it off. If you got a whole list of stuff you want to do, take that list and check it off as you get and acquire each one. Eating out, child. You thought I was gonna skip over that? You thought I was gonna skip over that, huh? No way, Jose. I'm not skipping over eating out excessively. If you calculate how much does it cost, let's just say for a week, for your work week, Monday through Friday, let's just say that, and throw in Saturday, and throw in Sunday because people eat out 7 days a week. Some people do. Let me repeat, some people eat out 7 days a week. But take that money that you spend, like for example, look at your last week, how many times you went out or what have you, after church on Sunday, or you went out with your friends, or you went to happy hour, or you went to whatever, whatever. Add up that money. See how much you spent for that. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. It can truly be a lot. You want to kind of scale back on that. If you can, instead of going out for lunch or going out for breakfast, there are ways that you can that is wise financially, that you can go and grab, um, and have it stocked in your refrigerator, and you can take it to go. And I'll probably do something live for that, So that way you can see exactly what and where your money is going. hmm So try to calm down on eating out excessively. It's more important to access your needs and financial situation before you make any purchase to ensure that you are only spending money on items that are necessary. Now, can you make a vow to yourself, or can you set an attainable goal to go out to eat less for this year of 2023? Let's start with 2023. And then if it works for you and you follow these step by step ways on how you can get financial freedom, if you can stand this for a year, it will be easier to pick it back up and do it again next year. Got me? Now, what are the top five ways to cut out excessive spending? Analyze your expenses. Take a close look at your spending habits and identify areas where you can cut back. Make a budget, that word budget again, and stick to it. Having a budget will help you prioritize your spending and ensure that you don't spend. Now, this one right here is huge. Cancel subscriptions and memberships that you're not using. I don't care what the special is. Cancel subscriptions and memberships you are not using. I had to do that myself. I had to cancel a whole lot of stuff because I had so many apps for this and that and that and do. I had to cut it out. Unused subscriptions and memberships can add up quickly, so make sure that you're only paying for what you need and what you use. Limit impulse purchases. Impulse purchases can be a major drain on your wallet, so try to resist the urge to make an unnecessary purchase. Utilize coupons and discounts. Keep an eye out for coupons and or discounts that can help you save some money on the items that you need. How can one prioritize spending? Prioritizing spending can be a difficult task, but here are some tips that can help you out. Here we go with that word again. Make a budget. Start by writing down income and expenses to get an idea where your money is going. Now, how many of us have absolutely had got a paycheck, and by the end or just before the next paycheck is due to come, you find that you have more days than money. You have more month than money. I've been guilty of it. Be like, when the heck did my money go? Where did my paycheck go? Daggone it. What is what's going on here? What's going on? That's because you're not um, taking the time to really examine your priorities. Okay? And you know then when you make up your mind to do this as an attainable goal, you will begin to know and track where your money is going. Set financial goals. Knowing what you want to achieve with your money can help you prioritize your spending. Prioritize needs over wants. Make sure that you're covering your basic necessities before spending on luxuries. Luxury is in the eye of the beholder, so that's a choice up to you. Okay? Your luxury may not be my luxury, and my luxury may not be your luxury. Automate your savings. Set up a system that automatically puts money aside for your savings and investments. Track your spending. Keep an eye on your finances to make sure that you are staying on track. Live within, or I would say maybe slightly below your needs. I know a lot of people say you got to live below your means. Hey, one step at a time. Let me get used to doing that. And it feels like somebody is chopping off your head when you like live below your means. That's why I'm saying live within your means, or maybe slightly under, slightly. Okay, nobody can just start to doing things that like they're not used to by cold turkey just right off the bat. Pardon me while I have a sip of my water. Ooh, that's good. That's refreshing. Okay. Now, live within your means. Don't overspend and make sure that you stay within your budget. Budget is a friendly word. Budget is a wonderful word. It is so friendly. I love it. Avoid impulse purchases. Well, let me say it like this. I've learned to love it. Take time to think about each purchase before you make it to avoid spending unnecessarily. If sometimes you can be in a line buying something or whatever, and I suggest that you have a financial tip book or something that you can put in your wallet. Um, so that way you can hold this up. My goals are this. Is this purchase going to help me get to my goals? You have to kind of like think about that. Sometimes we do have to put little reminder cards out for ourselves. Now, by following these tips, you can prioritize your spending in a way that best suits your needs and your goals. Now, let's talk about needs versus wants, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. When it comes to needs versus wants, it's important to understand the difference. Needs are essential for survival, such as food, shelter, clothing, and healthcare. Wants are items or experiences that bring us joy or make life easier, but not necessary for survival. You get it? Like if I don't get some Louis Vuittons, I'm not gonna die. And don't let me tell you something. Ooh, don't let buying all these doggone name brands take priority over your basic needs: food, shelter, clothing, and healthcare. What am I going to miss if I what am I going to sacrifice? Is the sacrifice worth getting them Louis Vuittons? I don't think so. But that's y'all. You can do what you want. Take my words with a grain of salt and do what is best for you. But none of those things are necessary for survival. Okay? So choose your priorities and set realistic goals. Okay, my loves? Well, that's my time for today. Thanks for tuning in to Freedom Friday. This has been Coach Mary T with the 180 Network, and I'm signing off for now. But remember, nothing great will ever happen in your life unless your will, heart, and mind are one. Take care. Be blessed. See you next time.